What's up everyone, I'm Vivi and welcome back to some more Crash and Sane Trilogy. Now some of you have realized in my previous video that my voice sounds different. Yes, I did come back with a cold and I hope it's not too distracting for you guys. With that out of the way, yes, there's a bunch of Coco gameplay. Now before I dive into that, let's go over the updated launch trailer. In this trailer we do have some brand new footages. They're pretty brief though, but we do have stuff. Here we have another look at Snowbiz. The seals, their color changed. The penguins, who can forget them, and the ice. Like I said in the previous video, the detail looks fantastic, the cracks. There's a bit of reflection going on still, like I said. Now we have Under Pressure, there's more detail in the back. I really love the dark atmosphere they went with. Usually some of the levels in the Sane Trilogy, they look brighter, but as for this one, it still does look dark to me, and I like it. Yes, Hog Wild. The colors, they're more saturated here. The sides, they look like actual grass. The blue leaves, now they're green. I think they blend a lot better when they're green. And what I've noticed on the sides, the drums seem to be missing. I guess they decided to go with palm trees instead. And here the leaves, again, they're brown, a different color. Now can we all take the time to look at this glitch right here? Flying into victory. I was laughing when I saw this. Anyways, back to Under Pressure. There's more detail in the back. That smile on Aku though. Yeah boy, we're finally back. Can't wait for players to rage all over again. Now in this scene, just like the animation where Crash falls in the snow, the blue lighting, the yo-yo here, it does have a glowing effect on the string, I mean. And the same thing can be said for the spin, orange and blue. That's one thing I've realized, these lighting effects in the Sane Trilogy. Now I'm not too sure of this scene right here. I think it's new, judging by the added animations and all that. And Cortex's castle is looking fantastic. The details in the back, the spider web, it's great. Here it looks like Hog Wild because of daylight. Orange asphalt was at sunset. Engine from Crash 1. It still looks dark here. There is more detail in the back as usual. How many times do I say the word more detail? And there is environment in the back, not just stars. His machinery is more bluish instead of gray, comparing it to the classic. There's also Brio. First look at the projector. And one thing I've realized here is that the warp room looks so much brighter. Maybe a bit too much. I'm not being nitpicky. Comparing it to the original, there's a huge difference in lighting. We went from super dark to super bright. Ah yes, this one. The boss battle when he turns into a mutant beast. He looks fantastic. That's all I'm gonna say. Then we do have some familiar scenes in the trailer, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. And now we move on to Coco. On her laptop, there's a sticker of Naughty Dog's logo and the same thing for Vicarious Visions. I think that's their logo. And looking at her gameplay, it seems like she's looking for that laptop battery. She's doing whatever it takes. Now that's what I call dedication. Again, Hog Wild in daylight. We're back to Engine. It's beautiful. Notice the background here. We can notice it much better. We have planets and stars instead of just stars in the back. And just like the original, it still looks dark. Next, toxic waste, like in the previous video, it's shown briefly. So yeah, gotta love that crash dance, right? We have more of Snowgo. It's beautiful. The ice detail, it is awesome. The trails in the snow, the crystals on the side, and looking at the platform, the color is different. We went from brown to more bluish. It stands out better, it blends better. Coco footage at Insanity Beach. And the spin is just like Crash, the lighting effects and all that. And again, there's Naughty Dog on her cover. I like how there's so many references in the Sane Trilogy. They did say that all of the old Easter eggs will return, but there are also some new ones. Piston It Away from Crash 2. There's still some blue going on in the background and green as well. Everything looks nice. The robot walker here has red feet instead of black. Oh no, wait a minute. Why is Coco taking a selfie? No, why? Why? She's probably tweeting as well. What have they done? Nah, I really don't mind it. This is probably like an idle animation, I'm gonna assume. Next footage, Making Waves. It's pretty brief, but this was a Coco level from Warped. Ah yes, the pirate ship in the back. A lot more details, it's looking fantastic. Next, it's pretty much some familiar stuff we've seen. We have Pura from Close Up. After we complete the level, Orient Express is one level I wanted to see. The sky here, it looks so much brighter, it's sunny. Before, it looked darker like it was about to rain. There are more details on the sides, a bunch of small trees. The dragons here, they look different, no more blue. They decide to go with a more orange-red color scheme. And the death animation here, well, it's not a death animation technically, but it's just adorable. And the lab assistants, one thing I've noticed is they no longer have a mustache. Next, we briefly have have a scene from the introduction of Warped. And here it looks like an added scene. I don't remember seeing this in Warped. Now, since the team is adding a lot more animations, I do think that this is an added cutscene. I mean, there's just a lot more life to the characters. That was one of their objectives when developing this remake. They just wanted to add more life to the game. Now, you can find these full intros. I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but dude, these games got released like 20 years ago. What's to spoil? Well, I'm just saying, right? There's a bunch of new Easter eggs, by the way. I'm not gonna say anything, but for those of you who saw the introductions, you probably know what kind of Easter eggs I'm talking about. Let's just say they're a reference to Naughty Dog. Let's go with that. And talking about spoilers, they posted a full list of the trophies. Now, I'm not gonna go over them, but quick, when people discovered those trophies, there was a hint at Coco gameplay. That's all I'm gonna say. Next one, Live at E3 showed Boneyard from Warped. I gotta say, I prefer this remade version. Yes, I've said like 100 times that the Sane Trilogy looks fantastic, but really, I really like this version. Before, it looked too dark. It was as if Crash was walking on nothing. It just felt empty, like this empty void. Level just looked lifeless. This time around, we see the water a lot better. There's sunlight popping out from the sides. There's a lot more life to the level. Now, looking at the dinosaur in the back, it's the opposite. In the new one, it looks more menacing. In the old one, it's more adorable. Now still, just like the polar bear, it looks slower. Some might say it's due to the frame rate, smoother animation and stuff like that, but I heard that the game is capped at 30 FPS. Yes, we do have some videos in 60 FPS, but it seems that the game will be running at 30 FPS. Anyways, Toad Village. At this point, guys, it's gonna sound repetitive, but I'm just gonna say it again. The fields, they look absolutely gorgeous, and I gotta say, this is my favorite looking world in all of the games. The amount of detail put on the sides, the fields, it's beautiful. Comparing it to Doubleheader, we have sun, there's no rain. It's just crazy. Vicarious Visions thought of implementing Coco in all three games. How did they think of this idea? Well, I'm going by memory here. I think that the team from CTR approached the team and told them, hey, why not implement Coco? At first, Vicarious was like, oh, we don't have time, but then they went to this developer convention, they showcased Coco. They liked it, so they decided to go with it. Last thing I want to go over, right before entering the world, the level, there's Coco and Crash logo at the bottom right. We can switch between the two, that's how it works in Warped. However, as for the boss battles in Warped, we can only use Crash. I think the same thing applies for all other games. Looking at the world map, there's a new road that wasn't there before, I'm sure. It most likely has to do with Coco. And I remember seeing like her pink laptop, I think, but I just wasn't able to find the footage. I did see it somewhere, but I just couldn't find it. Anyways, guys, this is it for the video. Now, is this going to be my last video until the official release of the game? Maybe. I mean, the game is getting released very soon, in 9 days. The hype is real, ladies and gentlemen. But all I know right now is I have to get rid of this cold. It sucks, I hate it, and my voice sounded broken in some parts of the video. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video with my broken voice. So as usual, leave all of your thoughts in the comment section below, and yeah, I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching.